Hello there. My name is Bisi Akande, and as you know by now, I'm called the Inspirer. And if you're just meeting me for the first time, that's what I'm called. I'm called the Inspirer because I live my life to inspire individuals to live more, to be more, so that they can lead better. And that's because I believe that everything rises and falls on leadership, and every one of us really needs to learn to lead well, and because people also need to be led well. That's very important. We see a lot of failures in leadership a lot of times, but that's not where we're going. I run some conferences, and one of the conferences that I run is the Advanced Leadership Conference. In fact, we've run it now for 5 years and counting. The sixth edition, or the sixth year, was a couple of weeks back. One of the things people have asked me after this conference is, how do you actualize a vision? Because the truth is that this was a vision that came out of many years of learning leadership, reading books on leadership, and it's gone on, and it's been growing and growing. We have had from 1,000 people in attendance to over 2,000 people in attendance, and that's been very heavy. In fact, this year we had rooms for children, we had rooms for teenagers, and this was what we've been doing, because it looked like we're building a community, and we're doing something that I want to call a leadership festival, where everyone is learning to lead, so that they can lead well and lead each other well, because everyone actually has the capacity to lead on their inside. That's what I believe. So, how do you really actualize a vision? And this is important because I know that many of us have visions out there. Some of us have been able to run with the vision, but only a few of us have done that. And many more have these visions, have these dreams, but they have not been able to go anywhere with what they have envisioned in their life. So, what are these steps? And thinking into what has happened with the Advanced Leadership Conference, I crafted 5 points that I think has really, really helped me. And I've seen in the life of other leaders in how you can actualize your vision. The first one is clarity, which means that how clear you are about the vision that you have. Talking about knowing exactly what it is that you want, being very crystal clear, being sure of what you want. Okay, I use the word crystal clear. I know that sometimes that can be a little bit of big for many of us, because sometimes you are not really crystal clear, but at least you have an good idea of, this is what I want. I knew what I wanted, and that came from two things. It came from my exposure, and it came from my experience. It came from my exposure because I was exposed to people who have done some leadership conference. I was exposed to people who have talked in this dimension, and I began to think that, okay, we can do something like this. And then, of course, my experience. I've often said that I'm an accidental leader. I never learned how to lead, and I never believed that I could be a leader. But someone just pushed me, as it were. It's good to be pulled, but sometimes you are pushed. I was pushed into a place where I had to lead, and so I began to learn to lead. And I thought that, okay, if it took me such um, work to be able to get here, can I make it easier for others by getting them to a place where they can learn leadership in a classroom system? That's what gave birth to the Advanced Leadership Conference. So you can get a vision from exposure, you can get it from experience. But when you get it, you need to be clear. Look at it in and out. What exactly do I want to achieve with this vision? The second thing is what I call ownership. Actually, the word there should be conviction. You've got to be convinced about the vision. Many times we don't move with something because we are not deeply convinced. And when you're not deeply convinced, it means that you have not taken ownership. Now, if you have not taken ownership, it means that you've not gotten your buy-in. And that means you can't get other people's buy-in. That's why this subject of being convinced, taking ownership is very important. But when you take ownership, then you can sell it. You've bought into it, so you can sell to others and you can get them to buy into that vision. You've got to be convinced. Believe in your heart that this thing is not just worthwhile, but it is worth pursuing. It is worth your time. Because if it's not worth your time, you're not likely going to give your time to it. The third thing I think that will help us in actualizing vision is that you've got to be able to communicate the vision. For me, first of all, I communicate the vision to myself. I talk to myself about it because I know that we believe and so we speak. So it comes from the abundance of what is in my heart. So I speak it to myself first, and then I learn through speaking it to myself how to speak it to others. You see, some vision will need to be really thoroughly communicated. And that's the way you attract people to the vision, when you communicate it. And when it comes to communication and communicating a vision, actually, there is no over communication. You can't over communicate a vision. Somebody said leaders are repeaters, and that's so true. If you're a leader, you must be a repeater. You must be communicating and re-communicating the vision so that everyone who hears, everyone who reads it, will run with that vision. Lack of communication can cripple any vision. When you communicate the vision, then you are saying that I need you on this vision and I want you to come. And that's the way you attract great people. It said that great small dreams or small vision, we attract small people, and great vision, we attract great people. But I also believe that a small vision that is well communicated can attract big people. So how do you communicate? You've got to understand the communication style of the people. You've got to understand those who want to hear you by words and those who want to hear you by your letters or by writing. You've got to be able to communicate it through eye contact, through saying it again and again. Like I said before, repeating the vision is not a problem. Keep communicating it. And let me um, dive into the fourth thing that I learned, and that means that's you have got to create a plan around the vision. That's very important. See, planning is how you enable your vision to happen. This is what I want to do. This is when I want to do it, and these are the steps that I can take, and these are the people that I need to run with as I do it. So I've mentioned four things: what I want to do, when I want to do it. I've mentioned the fact that not just that I need to know the people that I need to do it with. It's part of your planning. And I need to create a path. What are the steps that I need to take that will take me to that place? Many times we complicate planning and make it very difficult. But planning is easy if you can follow those simple steps. Just think about it. What do I want? Who do I need there? When do I want it? What is the path I can take? And sometimes you don't need to figure out the entire path. Just take the next best step. But when it comes to planning, as you hold on to your plan, please remember you need to be flexible. One of the things that happened during the last advanced leadership conference I was talking about is the fact that one of our speakers got stuck in the US and she just couldn't come. So we began to think about what are we going to do? How do we navigate this? What can we do to do this? So we tried virtual. Virtual didn't work for us. The video she sent did not go in. So what did we do? We just got somebody else to fill in the gap for her. We didn't allow ourselves to be stuck, and he did a fantastic job because he too was ready to go. So you need to create a plan around it. And then, of course, aside from creating a plan around it, you need to be committed. I mean, anyone who wants to actualize their vision will need to be consistently leading the vision. See, as a leader, that's what we do. We move people from the level of dreaming to the level of doing. Someone said that the road to hell is paved with good intention. I think his name is Stephen. Now, I wonder why Stephen would say such a thing, that the road to hell. I thought that the road to heaven would be paved with good intention. But the truth is that many people won't go to hell because of what they did. They may go to hell because of what they actually did not do that they had wanted to do. They had good intentions, but they never carried out their good intentions. And the truth is that if you are going to actualize your vision, you must move from the place of good intention and move into the place of intentionality. You see, visions never bring transformation. It's not about wanting, it's about doing. When you get into doing, the quote there is